Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon. How many of you are studying currently? How many of you are studying currently? Okay. How many of you are doing job? How many of you are doing job and studying together? Okay. How many of you are running your own business as an entrepreneur? Okay. How many of you are doing internship or doing any training along with your studies, along with your formal studies, trainings? Yeah, I see the Miss Nepal crowd. Other than that, yes. Okay. How many of you are doing internship, trainings, doing volunteer works, like we have a lot of volunteers for TEDx today here? How many of you, apart from these volunteers? Okay, very few, right? And my talk today is all about the same that I just asked you guys. So maybe a few things might hit somebody on their egos. So organizers, can I use some bit of Nepali? Okay. So the movies are देखाउँछ नि यो घटनाहरू कसैसँग मिल्न गएमा क्षमा प्रार्थी छौं भनेर. So I am telling you same thing. यो घटनाहरू मैले भन्नेका कुराहरू कसैको जीवनसँग मिल्न गएमा म क्षमा प्रार्थी छु, है? The first thing that I want to share is this line. Nepal has nothing for me. Nepal has nothing at all for me. And I'm stating this line. And also please see the slides very carefully. There are no well-paying jobs. So why do I stay in Nepal? Nepal, why should I be here in Nepal? And why should I be working here in Nepal if there are no very well-paid jobs? There is nothing that holds me back to Nepal. And this is a stereotype that the youth has today. A majority of youth has today. I'm not telling everybody that is going abroad or everybody that is working abroad feels this and go, but the majority of youth that we speak to, that we have been encountering, in a year's time, we always meet around 80,000 to 1 lakh teenagers around the country, and this is their voice. This is what they are saying. At the same time, the companies are telling there are no people in Nepal. There are no people in Nepal that we should hire them. And we don't get good employees. Again, this is a stereotype because the companies, what they do is they call people like who are into youth activism or people who are connected to youth, people who are into education. They call to them and say, do you have few people for my company? But they don't go around the country and seek for people, right? This is a lack of human resource, at the same time, the essence of unemployment. And isn't this a paradox? That there is a lack of human resource. We don't have people who can work for the companies. And at the same time, there are youth who are unemployed. And they have to go abroad. A very few, not very recent data, but a data that has been covered in a lot of media says that 1,100 people go abroad for seeking jobs only via Trivandrum International Airport. And we all know that this is an open border to India, so we don't have that counted numbers. So at the same time, there is a lack of human resource and there is unemployment. Moving ahead, the problem is, and the one word is missing on the slide, the problem is no connection. So the connection between the companies and the connection with the people who are willing to do job, who are willing to work, there is no connection to them. This is just because of lack of information. What we feel is we give a 60cc ad to any media. Don't take names, but we just put on any media 60cc ad, and we feel that we'll get applications for our jobs. But that does not happen. And we have ourselves checked, and maybe I asked few of you, how many of you are entrepreneurs here? You might have faced the same problem. We don't get people. And we sometimes feel that we are a small company, so people don't want to work with us. No. It's the problem of whole big companies, multinational companies in Nepal. They seek for people, they don't get them. So we spoke about the problem. So what the solution can be made of? Making information available for people that there are jobs in Nepal. There are well-paying jobs in Nepal, but we need to be competent for that. And to be competent, there needs to be something. And that very something is skills. And that made us take out a slogan, apart from the works that we do at Glocal, is Skills to Grow for Life. Anything that we have to do to develop ourselves or to grow ourselves in life is skills. Skills are very important to be competent to get those jobs. What we tell today is we should get that job, but we don't have the skills to get those jobs. And what the companies think, the people who are trying to get employed does not have that skill. Why should we employ them? If we employ them, we will pay them low, we'll train them, and we'll then execute them work. So this is a very big lack of connection, lack of information that we are facing today. So why do we think that skills are important? I just want to connect this word, Darauni, on the slides today. And this speaks about a boy who traveled from a Tarai location to Kathmandu when he was studying in class 5. And just because he was very obedient, not obedient because he was very shy, he used not to talk in class. And that made an impression to teachers saying that he is obedient, he is someone who obeys teacher, and he can be the class captain. And that person was made one of the 3 class captains in the class. Now, this person has no skills at all, because this is a person who comes with a mindset of watching a policeman and running away, watching a person who has a beard and walking away. So no skills at all, nothing. And then from class 6, the same thing continued. 7, same thing continued. 8, same thing continued. On 9, someone punched him on his face just because he wrote down the names. नाम लेख्ने हुन्छ नि क्लासमा हल्ला गर्नेहरुको. So he wrote that name and put it forward to the class teacher. And these people were scolded. So these boys hit him very hard, and his tooth, one of his tooth is still broken, right? Still. So these things continued for a while. And then out of these, the punch and all these things, there came something of, you need to do something. And to do something, the only option is to learn. Is to learn not only the curriculum, but the skills. And then he started finding out mentors. Mentors at school, apart from the regular teachers. Mentors in the society. Mentors in around the ecosystem. And then it built on a skill, something. And today, that person is speaking in front of you. And this same person in 2013 was shivering beyond a podium, reading something from the paper. So it's all about how you skill yourself. And nobody is less in this world. And there is something for everyone. There is something that can be done by everyone. And that needs skills, nothing else. So skills empower us. Skill does empower us. Skill makes us empowered. Skill makes us feel that we can do something. We can move ahead on something. Skills build that confidence in us. Skills gives us that confidence that I know this. And I can do this. And I can move ahead with this with me. And I have this feeling. And I can conclude this. I can accomplish this. And that is what skills empowers you. It also helps you knowing yourself. Who am I? What are my limitations? What are my strengths? What can I do? What I can't? Not everyone can do everything. And knowing that is very important than knowing what I can do. So what I can do can be focused and made much more ahead much more bigger, but what I can't do, we should not touch it. And then there comes ego. Now you are skillful. Now you know things. Now you have a position. Now you have something that you can move ahead with. Now you have something that recognizes you. And that builds a sense of ego in you. A sense of ego, a sense of pride is very important. But if it exceeds a beyond, then it is a killer for all your skills. Then you start taking all your skills for granted, and you only take your reputation, only take your personality to the account. And that limits you to develop your own skills. And that is very dangerous. A lot of youths here might have faced the same problem. I faced the same problem. When you feel that you can do something, yes, you can do something. But when you feel only you can do something, that's beyond expectation. That is not at all what is needed. Only you cannot do something. So why I'm telling you this is because we take several interviews, and then we take out, we started doing firstly to asking people, if you have any friends, send us, recommend them for the job, and this and that. It didn't work. We started doing paper advertisement. We got application. For one paper advertisement, we got around 50 applications. We called 30 out of them for the interview. Only 20 came. Out of those 20, 10 of them were like, you are not taking my interview. I should take your interview. So, and these were the people who didn't have any experience, who were just out of the class, doing nothing, completed bachelor's, maybe with 3, 2, 4 CGPA, and that's it. Nothing else. No experience, no internship, no volunteer, nothing. And then when you ask them what the expectation of salary that you have, can anyone guess? 35,000 was the minimum that I heard. Right? Was the minimum that I heard without any experience. And this is because of this word. This kills you. This kills us. This kills all the skills that we have. This kills all the things that we have made till the date. And everybody, sometime or the other, builds on this ego. And it is very important that you know that I have built on an ego, and I should back out from that. Or else that will make you endangered species. And that, if you leave that, and if you have all these skills, there are places where you can work, where you can develop yourself. There are places where you can develop your own institutions. There are places where you can work in Nepal and get paid up to 1 crore Nepali currency per annum. There are jobs in Nepal. There are jobs in Nepal which pays these amounts. But for that, you need to be competent. And all these companies, because we are not competent, because we don't try to be competent, they have to hire people from abroad. And they have been hiring. The labor law also now says that only first priority should be given to Nepali people. Now it's an opportunity. So being competent does not only say about curriculum and GPAs. Being competent talks about skills. And skills comes with experiences. Skills comes with what we are doing, not just what we are learning. So doing, experiencing, learning, meeting people, the networking session that we had, the musical performance that we had, all these things are very important to make you skilled. And that is what is important. Skilling every time, anytime, and you can skill yourself at your level, at your pace. It does not need to be a schooling. It does not need you to go to the college. And that is what I wanted to speak today. Thank you, TEDxKamalPokhari Youth, for giving me this time. Thank you so much.